Well done, Xtremis Cartel. Well done. What's happening, guys? Hope your day's going well. Today we're going to review Xtremis Cartel's Sueno. This is their sleep aid formula. There it is. We're going to go over the ingredients so you know what you're putting in your body and go over my personal experience and my opinions on this thing. First, getting the flavor out of the way. Dreamin' Lemons. It's pretty damn good. It's not too sharp of a lemon hit and not too dull. It's kind of like a lemon cream smell to it. It's a great flavor to have at the end of the night in a sleep formula. They did a really good job on the flavoring. Enough said. Jumping right into the ingredient profile. Put it right on top here. We got 1 scoop and 2 scoops. 1 scoop is supposed to be 9.5 grams. 2 scoops is supposed to be 11 grams. And one packed flat level scoop is about 9.2 to 9.4 grams. So they did a fantastic job. Like I've said it before, when a company gets a scooper in check, it says a lot about the company and the quality. Then we have right on the top of the label, we have magnesium at 200 milligrams. We have zinc at 12.5 milligrams. Magnesium is an ingredient that actually regulates the neurotransmitters GABA and melatonin. It also helps relax the body at the end of the day because it blocks calcium release, so it relaxes the muscles. And it also helps with reducing cortisol. Then we have zinc, which contributes to the transformation of tryptophan to serotonin to melatonin by helping with the metabolism of the ingredients there. Then we have right on top here, we have L-glycine, the body temperature regulator. And we're going off of the 1 scoop here. I'm not going to go off of the 2. We got 2 grams. And what glycine does, it actually regulates body temperature at night. That's the most predominant feature about glycine as far as I'm concerned, because if you're like me, I'm running all day. Now it's summertime and I am running hot at the end of the night, and lowering your body temperature really helps dial down and sleep. This also has an affinity for the NMDA receptors and the glycine receptor. So this is going to control glutamate release within the brain, which is the excitability neurotransmitter. So it's going to dial the brain down. It also has some help with increasing serotonin and melatonin production within the brain. Then we have some GABA at 1500 milligrams. GABA is known for controlling glutamate, which is the excitability neurotransmitter chemical within the brain. And this helps with stress levels. So it helps dial down the brain, of course. And this helps with the alpha brain waves in the brain. It's kind of like L-theanine, which we'll talk about as well, where it kind of lowers the brain activity on a communication and signaling aspect. Then we have inositol at 1000 milligrams. This is a fantastic ingredient because it helps with the integrity of a few receptors within the brain, especially the dopamine receptors and the serotonin receptors. And by doing this, it improves the actions of GABA and the glycine receptors as well. So we got a lot of chemical function regulation going on in the brain so far with this profile here. Then we have taurine at 1 gram. You would think that taurine wouldn't be in a sleep aid formula, but it is fantastic for all kinds of different aspects of the body and the brain. And this controls the functions of the neurotransmitters and neuromodulators within the brain, which are going to include GABA, the glycine receptors, and also helps with neurotoxicity within the brain. So fantastic ingredient. Then we have L-tryptophan at 500 milligrams. This is an amino acid, a very important amino acid that is needed to synthesize serotonin within the brain, the neurotransmitter for sleep and cycle regulation. The enzyme tryptophan hydroxylase helps convert tryptophan into 5-HTP, and through a decarboxylation process, which is the removal of a carbon atom from 5-HTP, it actually helps convert that into serotonin. Then we have L-theanine at 200 milligrams. This is a dialed down ingredient. This helps increase alpha brainwaves like we just talked about earlier, which is kind of like a dialed down thought process, closes down a lot of the activity. Beta brainwaves are more excitability, so it helps dial down, in turn increasing GABA, serotonin, and dopamine within the brain. Then we have 5-HTP at 100 milligrams. We just talked about this. This is super important for the synthesis into serotonin and also helps with controlling appetite and digestion at night. Then we have rutacarpine at 100 milligrams. So if you're a stim junkie or you do caffeine every day like myself, then this is a very good ingredient to have in a sleep aid formula, because basically what this does is this induces an enzyme called CYP1A2, which is an enzyme that is produced in the liver that helps to metabolize or gobble up precarcinogens, stimulants like caffeine, clozapine, teacrine, propanol, mycotoxins, nitrosamines, and endogenous hormones that are being produced in the liver that shouldn't be at night, like steroids. So fantastic ingredient. Then we're jumping down into Venetron at 25 milligrams. So this is like St. John's wort, but more potent. So basically what this does is this helps with the utilization of GABA. It helps with utilization and activation of serotonin because it prevents the breakdown of serotonin, and the utilization of other ingredients that are actually in this product, because this keeps a certain enzymatic pathway active within the intestines and the liver called CYP3A, 4, and 5, which is designed to actually take ingredients in from the liver or the intestines and utilize them or remove them from the body. Then we have melatonin, and melatonin at 1.5 milligrams. So this helps with dopamine's role in the body by regulating the biological clock that we have in the body. It tells the body and the brain and the organs when to be active and when to shut down. Great ingredient, 1.5 grams. You got to double that for the dose. Then we have estrogen at 25 milligrams. Great ingredient. So this helps with the absorption of amino acids, omega-3s, and a lot of these ingredients that are in here. And it helps with gut inflammation. So, Sueno by Xtremis Cartel. How did it do? So, dosing on this thing. My sweet spot is 1 scoop. That's why I went over 1 scoop on the profile, because I feel like a lot of you are going to get the most benefits out of 1 scoop. So this thing's going to last you 40 servings for most of you. At least it would last me 40 servings, because I've tried the 1 scoop, I tried the 2 scoop. And the way I figured is I get 5 to 6 hours of sleep at night. 1 scoop is perfect. I go to bed. It hits me in about 30 minutes. Quiets the brain down, and it lets me just dial down into the pillow. Thought process is super smooth, and it just gives you this sense of comfort when you dial into it. And 5 to 6 hours of sleep in the morning, I wake up refreshed and renewed. Now 2 scoops for me, if I'm getting 5 or 6 hours of sleep, I am a little bit under the influence of Sueno in the morning still. But if I was to get 8 hours, maybe 9 hours of sleep a night, then I'd probably be fine. It's just a big hit at 2 scoops for the hours that I get at night. So if you guys are buying this and you are like me, sleeping 5-6 hours, start with 1 scoop. You won't be disappointed in the effects, because you'll notice within 30 minutes that dial brain, the alpha brain waves come in, it settles the brain and the thought process, relaxes the body. When you drop down, you can drop into a nice, quiet, relaxing, comforting sleep once you hit the pillow. And there are no side effects on this thing. This has no phenubut. This has no harsh, bad ingredients in it. So I love what they did on this thing. I think they did a fantastic job on the sleep formula. There's not much I can say about this other than the effects, how it comes in, how it drops me to sleep, and how I feel. I'm throughout the night, unless I have to wake up to go to the bathroom, and then I kind of like wobble to the bathroom to use the restroom, because I'm drinking water all day long, and sometimes it's late at night, so sometimes that happens. But I'll wobble back in the middle of the night and drop right back to sleep. Now I'm not awake anymore. I'm trying to get the wife to try this, so I think she's going to try it tonight. So we'll see what happens. But a fantastic formula. I think they did a great job. If you guys are looking for a sleep formula that's not going to leave you groggy, doesn't have any phenubut or any harsh ingredients in it, it's worth it to try this thing. I do have a discount code. I'll put it down below. But whether you use it or not, I do recommend this one as a sleep formula. And that's about it. If you guys have any questions or comments, put it down below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.